Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Stetson University, the #1 ranked trial advocacy law school in the country. I am Noel Painter, a longtime faculty member at Stetson and the university's executive vice president and provost. It is my great honor to stand here with you today. Supportive family members and friends, accomplished faculty educators and expert staff, honored guests of the university, and of course, our celebrated 2023 law graduates, which are the focus of today's ceremony. Each year, graduation represents one of the most important days in the life of our university. Working hard, overcoming obstacles, and achieving dreams. Hopefully this day is one that each of you will remember as a high point in your careers. Today is somewhat unique in that we celebrate the Stetson University law students who complete or completed their degree requirements in December 2022, May 2023, and August 2023. On behalf of everyone who has participated in your journey to this point, thank you for being here with us today so that we can celebrate you. As we begin, a few specific recognitions. Please join me in acknowledging the active duty military personnel and veterans who are part of this graduating class in our faculty and in our audience. Will you please stand so that we can recognize your service? We thank you. Also, we are honored to have with us Christopher Rolke, President of Stetson University, Steve Alexander, Chair-elect, Stetson University Board of Trustees, Jason Bent, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Professor of Law, Darrell Wilson, Associate Dean for Faculty and Strategic Initiatives and Professor of Law, Ann Mullins, Associate Dean for Assessment and Professional Engagement and Professor of Law, Roberta Flowers, Professor of Law and Director of the Center for Excellence in Elder Law, Mitchell Shermer, President of the Stetson Law Alumni Association, Blake Radford, President of the Student Bar Association, and our commencement speaker, Leslie R. Caldwell, Esquire and former Assistant Attorney General at the Department of Justice. Will you join me in welcoming and recognizing those guests? I would also like to recognize those who, sometimes visibly and other times invisibly, supported your trajectory to graduation but were not able to join us today. Those include the Chair of the Stetson University Board of Trustees, Maureen Breakiron Evans, Chair of the Stetson College of Law Board of Overseers, Greg Coleman, and most certainly our incredible Interim Dean of the College of Law, Teresa Pulley-Radwin, who is attending her own daughter's undergraduate graduation ceremony today in Ohio. Each has graciously sent a personal message to the graduates. We invite you to view their messages on the graduation webpage. Graduates, today we celebrate what has been 3, or for our part-time students, 4 years of studying, research, examining the law, learning to speak and write persuasively, doing the right thing, even when that thing may not be the simplest or quickest path forward. You, our graduates, have excelled in extraordinary ways. For example, those graduating today volunteered more than 20,000 hours of community service during their student years. Some even far exceeded the requirement, heeding a call to service and a mission for servanthood in the community. Today, those graduates are wearing a blue cord, representing our Blues Award for pro bono service. Also, you give back to our community in other ways, too, whether through advocacy for the underserved as part of the Jacobs Law Clinic or by winding hundreds of thousands of dollars for veterans in long, unresolved disability benefits cases. You are champions, state regional, national, and international champions. Dozens of you hold those titles. You conquer competition after competition, like the Willem C. Vis International Commercial Arbitration Moot in Vienna, Austria last month, where Stetson students competed against 378 teams from 89 countries, advancing to the competition's top 8, the only U.S. school to do so, which puts the Stetson team in the top 2% of law school competitors in the world. And impressively, you overcame the obstacles of a scattered, disrupted world, full of new challenges over all of your 4 years. You have demonstrated a resilience in ways that we would have never anticipated. All in all, you are well prepared for whatever may be next for you in life, and you have much to look forward to. I personally offer my congratulations, and we have many others today who wish to offer their remarks as well. The first of those is Stetson University's 10th president, Dr. Christopher Walton. Welcome to the stage, sir.
Good morning. This is a majestic sight, is it not? Let's hear it for our graduates. It is the greatest honor and privilege of my professional life to serve as Stetson University's 10th president, and we love these moments. We gather today to celebrate the accomplishments of our students who have rightfully earned their Juris Doctor and other advanced law degrees. On behalf of the entire Stetson University community, congratulations. You have made it to the end of a remarkable journey, and I commend you for your resilience, your tenacity, and for all that what you have accomplished in what I have been calling a once-in-a-century set of challenges for higher education. You made it. You made it through lockdowns, online learning, virtual meetings, lost internet connections, masks, hand washing, physical distancing, you name it. You endured it all, and you are here today to celebrate your accomplishments. Your friends, families, and faculty are assembled here to celebrate you, and I believe this is a very special graduation, not only because we are the #1 trial advocacy law school in the country, but also because you have achieved these things during a time of great uncertainty and global unrest. Please today celebrate what you have done. Not only have you survived the demands of an outstanding Stetson education, but you have succeeded in accomplishing something very difficult during a time of considerable adversity. In my view, these challenging experiences have developed in you a repertoire of skills that will no doubt serve you exceptionally well as you move on to your legal careers. Today, I congratulate you for becoming part of the very rich tradition of Stetson Law graduates who have gathered on this very same spot. As you take the countless hours you have given in classrooms, courtrooms, clinical experiences, and competitions out into the world and into your careers, I ask you to do the following: to please be kind, to please demonstrate empathy, and to please be staunch advocates for your clients and for your communities. The mission of Stetson University's College of Law is to be a dynamic and supportive scholarly community whose faculty and students will have a meaningful and far-reaching impact on the law, the profession, and on our society. Here at Stetson, you have learned the law and the skills required to apply it to legal practice with integrity and with the professionalism that we all need. Moving forward, I do ask that you please bring kindness and empathy to all that you do. As you grow and as you thrive, I challenge you to help those around you to thrive, to offer small acts of kindness and empathy to your clients, partners, institutions, and organizations. by practicing these two seemingly simple things, kindness and empathy, you will indeed do your part in making the world a better place. Moreover, this is precisely how you will become the lawyer that you set out to be, serving justice wherever life takes you. Congratulations to the remarkable Stetson University College of Law, classes of 22 and 23. Go Hatters! It's my honor and privilege to invite my friend and chair-elect of the Stetson University Board of Trustees, Steve Alexander, to provide greetings. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh, come on, one more time, please. Good morning. Oh my gosh, excellent, excellent. What a perfect day to celebrate the conclusion of your studies at Stetson Law and the start of what I know would be an extraordinary career. My name is Steve Alexander, and I am privileged to be the chair-elect of Stetson University Board of Trustees, and grateful for this opportunity to deliver a brief message of congratulations on the board's behalf. And personally, this is one of my most favorite days in serving Stetson University. As a graduate of this university, you join a community of alumni that is more than 100 years old, large and well established. So stay connected to Stetson classmates and reach out to your new Stetson colleagues. If I have learned anything from my time with Stetson, it is the ready-made network out there that can advise and assist. Also remember that you are entering a noble profession. As Robert Kennedy once said, obligations go far deep, the earning a living. They have a continuing responsibility to uphold the fundamental principles of justice from which the law cannot depart. I know that when you entered Stetson, when you decided to study law, you came here to discover what is best about the College of Law and what is best about you. For some of you, it was to find out if you had what it takes to become a lawyer. Well, look at you now. And then look around at you, the faculty, the family, and friends with you today, because nobody gets to take this journey alone. And that is what makes Stetson special. Faculty and staff that care about you and your success. Yes, as President Roque said, law school has been tough. And yes, it was sometimes scary. And I'm thinking right now of some specific professors. But at the same time, it was exhilarating by the knowledge that your faculty and friends were with you and behind you and supporting you, just as you supported them. I close by saying there will be those who follow you, and one of the biggest rewards you can receive is the joy of paying forward, the kindness that helped you've been given. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Stetson University, I congratulate you and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Mitchell Shermer, and it's my privilege to serve as the president of the Stetson Lawyers Alumni Association. And on behalf of the SLAA to the graduates and on behalf of the more than 11,000 alumni of the Stetson University College of Law, let me be the first to congratulate you, or maybe the third or fourth at this point, on this major, major life accomplishment, and to be the first to welcome you to the ranks of the tens of thousands who have come before you as graduates of Florida's first, and in my humble opinion, best law school. Graduating from law school is no small feat. Through sleepless nights, endless studying, and as we've heard many times this morning, a global pandemic, you've shown resiliency, grit, and determination that I know will serve you well as you embark on the next step in your legal careers. Although I'm sure it's also been a great deal of fun, networking events, social events, probably too many nights out at O'Matty's. That you are sitting here today under the tent in the hot sun is an incredible accomplishment and something that you all should be incredibly proud of. As many of you have undoubtedly heard, there is a concept of what it means to be a Stetson lawyer. To be a Stetson lawyer means that you will always strive to demonstrate integrity, ethics, competency, and an unwavering commitment to representing the interests of your clients. It means to be professional and cordial in the face of those who sometimes act otherwise, and to never forget that you are an advocate who represents real people who come to you with real problems in their greatest time of need. While the path before you may seem daunting and uncertain, I encourage you to lean on your classmates, on your fellow alumni, and on your loved ones. You should seek out mentors and trusted advisors who can help you to develop both professionally and personally as you take these next steps. They say no person is an island, and that is true. There is strength in community, and you should always strive to maintain close connections with your communities, for your friends and family are your greatest lifeline. The practice of law is a noble undertaking, but the reality is that it can be challenging at times, and you will do well to never go at it alone. Wherever this journey takes you, whether it's here in Tampa Bay, throughout the state of Florida, elsewhere in the country, or throughout the world, always remember your time here at Stetson, the lessons learned, both good and bad, and the lived experience that you all share. Whatever the next chapter for you entails, never forget that you are a Stetson lawyer and that you will be held to the standards that have been established by those of us who have come before you. In a few moments, you will join the ranks of Stetson Law alumni, and our 11,000 member community is thrilled to welcome you and support you in all that you do. Enjoy every moment of today, soak in the experience, yes, even bar prep, and relish in all that you have accomplished. Congratulations and all the best to each and every one of you.
Good morning, friends and loved ones. Welcome to Stetson University College of Law. I want to take a moment to thank each of you so much for being here and support of your graduates. I know it was in part thanks to you and your support that the journeys we're going to take a few minutes to talk about were accomplished. So thank you for being here. To my class, to say the journey that we took over the course of these years was not easy would be a massive understatement. I look across at a class who, against all odds, made it to this day. And I'm not just talking about the normal law school odds. The assignments, the cold calls, the networking, the externships, all of that existed and was omnipresent during our time here. Now I'm talking about the hurdles that are unique to our experience. How we began law school. Each of us wearing masks, starting from orientation, where we were 6 feet apart in a massive great hall, leaning in to hear our professors, trying to associate the half of the face we saw with the name on the card. We were worrying about our families and friends and hoping we wouldn't get sick. All of this during our first year, the hardest year. All of it spent during a worldwide pandemic. And so it begs the question, how? How did we overcome it? The answer sounds simple, but I think it's as unique as us for a law school experience. We turned to each other. We made group chats. We jumped on Zoom calls. We worked together and we supported each other so that when May rolled around, we persevered. Together, we did it. The middle of law school dealt with us tackling the question of what is the new normal? How does networking happen and why is it important? What are clinics and externships and how do I apply? Compared to generations of lawyers past and generations to come, we were a year behind schedule and we had to play catch up. And let's not forget we had to play catch up while still dealing with the pandemic, worrying about our families and continuing to move forward. But facing all this, and despite the odds still stacking up against us, we continued to work together. We got those externships. We worked as summer associates. We met attorneys, but more importantly, we got to know each other more in depth. We took those fledgling friendships that we had made last year and turned them into lifelong bonds. And just like the year prior, by working together, overcoming everything, we did it. And so we began our last year, believing we had it all worked out. We are at the top of the law school hierarchy, ready to launch in our careers. We were editors-in-chiefs, we were TAs, we were ambassadors. We worked at our clinics, we served as organization presidents. Years of learning and navigating led us to that final stretch right before we took that leap. And then reality struck. Right at the beginning of fall, we faced 2 hurricanes that upended our lives. Shortly thereafter, we faced a school tragedy that upended our hearts. One that affected us each in our own way, causing us to look at our mental health in what might have been the first time in a very long time for many. So we did what we had done before. We served as guides for the underclassmen and we supported each other. Together, we faced the struggles we had, and now here we sit, prepared to embark on this next chapter. And as we do, I want to ask you to do a few things. It's the last things I'll ask you to ever do, so it's okay. First, don't forget what you've learned at this institution. And I don't just mean the subject matter, though that is important. A lot of us have a bar exam in 2 months, so please don't dump that out. What I mean is don't forget what you've learned about yourself. If you haven't realized it yet, let me be one of the first to tell you. Each of you is someone capable of overcoming anything. I say that because you literally have. A pandemic, natural disasters, personal hardship, all during law school. Each of you fought and worked and supported and got to those seats. Over everything, you got there. Never forget that. Second, I've been blessed to watch each of you grow in knowledge, confidence, and skill in the realms you'll soon occupy. I've gotten to see the passion in your hearts that make you powerful. So I beg of you, never lose that fire. The only one who can put it out is yourself. Keep it burning and keep it raging so it can serve as a light for those behind you and a beacon that guides people to you. And finally, what I will ask is a selfish request. And that's that you go out there and you show the world what this class, this unstoppable class, can do. Show them what I've had the honor of seeing all these years, that maybe out of all the years prior, this is the class that'll change the world. And we'll change it by working together, by being there and supporting one another, by never letting anything stop us. Because so long as we have each other, nothing ever can. And so I want to end this with just a few simple words that I hope summarizes everything I tried to say to you all. Stetson University, class of 2022 and 2023, congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, Blake. President Roelke, on the recommendation of the faculty and students at the College of Law, and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Stetson University, I present Leslie R. Caldwell, Esquire, to receive the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws.
Leslie Caldwell, Esquire, over years of dedication to your work, you have earned a national reputation as an effective, trusted leader of the legal profession, particularly within the technology sector. Your promise was evident when you graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from the Pennsylvania State University, and throughout your successful pursuit of your Juris Doctor from George Washington University Law School. After early success in private practice, you joined the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York. Here you tried more than 30 cases, with some of them very high profile. Your exceptional talents did not go unnoticed. You were recruited by then U.S. Attorney for San Francisco, Robert Mueller III, to help fight white-collar crime in Silicon Valley. You were promoted to chief of that office's criminal division before the U.S. Department of Justice invited you to lead its Enron task force. Your leadership of a team of 40 professionals in a very complex investigation of the company's collapse resulted in the convictions of 30 individuals, including top executives. Recognizing your incredible tenacity and grit, President Barack Obama nominated you to serve as Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division of the Department of Justice in 2013. The United States Senate unanimously confirmed you for this role on May 15, 2014. You led a team of over 600 lawyers in cases involving matters such as fraud, money laundering, and international affairs. Since then, you have demonstrated that your passion for the rule of law is not limited to prosecuting alleged crimes. Recently, you have built upon your broad experience as a white-collar criminal defense lawyer with the firm Latham & Watkins. Your tireless work has earned you a national reputation as a trusted advisor in the areas of crisis management, policy development, and government regulation and enforcement. Your stellar performance as director of the Enron Task Force earned you the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Service, the Department of Justice's highest award, as well as the Attorney General's John Marshall Award, the highest award for trial performance, and the Attorney General's Award for fraud prevention. In 2022, Women's White Collar Defense Association, a global organization of several thousand women, white-collar defense lawyers, they recognized you for your leadership and mentorship in the field of white-collar criminal law. Today, we recognize the tremendous impact of your work and your enormous contributions to the legal profession. Under the authority vested in me by Stetson University's Board of Trustees, I proudly present you with the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Dr. Caldwell has agreed to make for us some impactful remarks.
Thank you, President Roelke, and thanks to all of you. And I don't know if these will be impactful or not, but I'll give it a shot. I am really honored to have been asked to come speak here today. This is a beautiful campus. I've never been here before, and I'm stunned by how beautiful it is. It is a genuine privilege to be your commencement speaker today, and I really, really appreciate the opportunity. So I've done over the years quite a bit of public speaking, but I realized as I was trying to prepare for this that a commencement speech is a different thing. The desire to say wise, profound, inspiring things to you while also trying to be a little bit relevant and maybe even a little bit funny, all in about 10 minutes, was extremely daunting to me. So after a couple of efforts, I thought, why don't I have artificial intelligence try to do this for me? Now, don't worry, I didn't do that. But I thought about it. And I'm sure a lot of people here might have thought about using it in other contexts, but that's a different issue. But I ultimately decided that it really would be wrong, especially at a law school commencement address. So instead, I decided I would just speak from my heart. So let me start by first congratulating every single one of you for having reached this day. The law is not a career for the timid or for the lazy. And I know full well how hard all of you have worked to get here. You and your friends and your family are more than justified in feeling very, very proud of all of you today. But I can also tell you that the law actually gets harder from here. But I can tell you the good news is it is well worth it. You have chosen an extremely rewarding and challenging and exciting career. While you won't be curing cancer or exploring space or inventing the next big thing. I don't mean to undermine any of you, because actually you may do some or all of those things. But you are undertaking a very important mission. You already have, and you'll continue to develop a body of knowledge and a way of thinking that is mysterious and foreign and even scary to most people who are not lawyers. And it is those people, many or most of whom you don't know, they're perfect strangers, who will be putting their trust in you, putting their most important interests, including sometimes their futures and their lives, squarely in your hands. And that will be the case no matter what kind of law you decide to start off in or you end up in. The public defender, the public prosecutor, the litigator, the corporate deal maker, the immigration lawyer, the patent lawyer, the tax lawyer, the malpractice lawyer, etc. Whether you're at a big firm or you're a solo practitioner, whether you're in a city or in a rural area, all those people have three things in common. First, they all have a law degree. You could check that one off today. Second, they've all passed some bar exam, which, don't worry, you will soon. And the most important thing, though, that all those lawyers, regardless of where they are or what they're doing, have in common is the most important. And that is that real human beings, as I said earlier, will be relying on you. As I said, many of them are going to be people you've never met before and people you may never see again. Some of them will be people who you like, and some of them may be people who you don't like. But every single one of those people is going to put their faith in you. Every single one of those people is going to be counting on you to guide them as they go through their most vulnerable and fraught moments of their lives. Often, your clients will be angry, they will be terrified, they will be upset, or all of those things. They often will be incapable of making sound decisions because of either emotions or a lack of understanding. And they will rely on you, and it is your obligation to maintain a cool head, to help them, to hold their hands when necessary, to guide them, and this is an important point, often to tell them things that they really don't want to hear. It's your obligation to give them the best advice that you possibly can. Now, that sounds like maybe a horrible thing, but you shouldn't see it as a burden. You should see it as an honor. You should see it as a sign of respect. It's a sign of respect for the knowledge that you have gained over these past few years and for the knowledge and expertise that you will continue to gain in the future. You owe it to your clients to be worthy of that respect. And the way you achieve that is by doing your best and bringing your A game to every single thing you do. Now, I know we all have our better moments and our worst moments, and sometimes we all fall short. But your careers will be so much more satisfying if you give this profession whatever it is that you have to give. If you are all in, it will benefit not only your clients, but also you, because you will be more engaged, you will be more focused, and you will be that much more effective. And trust me, and this is really important, you will also have a lot more fun. One of the most wonderful things about the legal profession is that there's so many different paths that you can take. And if you take one path at first and you see that it's not for you, you can try a different one. And along each path, there are also a wide range of options that you can capitalize on. And I'm going to give you some examples from my own career. And I didn't want to talk about myself, but I couldn't figure any other way to sort of give you these examples. So as a summer associate, after my second year of law school, I worked at a very large Washington, D.C. firm, and I hated it. Despite being lavished with dinners, lunches, cocktails, concerts, etc., I was bored by my assignments. I looked around me, and all I was able to see were lawyers who seemed to work endless hours on things that had no interest for me. So what did I do? Well, I announced to my friends that I hated big firms, and I promptly went after law school to a small litigation boutique in New York City. Well, I didn't like that either. So I left after only a few months, and I joined another large law firm, this time in New York. At the new firm, I was randomly assigned to 2 projects that set my career on what eventually would be its path. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about both of them. The first one was an employment case. The client was a bank in New York City's Chinatown called Golden Pacific National Bank. It had fired a senior employee, and she was suing for wrongful termination. The bank had filed a countersuit for theft of trade secrets. It was a very small case, and I'm confident that the firm would never have taken it, but for the fact that the client, the bank, was a large corporate client of the firm. So they took the case, and they assigned me to take the former employee's pretrial deposition. I was a barely second-year associate. It was my first deposition I ever took. The deposition was being conducted through a Mandarin interpreter, and it was moving kind of slowly because the interpreter was, doubling the time for the answers, which is fine, and questions. I finally got to the trade secrets part of the deposition, and I asked the former employee, when you left the bank, did you take anything with you? The answer, in very animated Mandarin, which I was listening to but didn't understand at all, was translated to me as something like this. Yes, I took documents that will destroy the bank and put all the officers in jail. And my reaction was, wow, that is so cool. This is actually getting really interesting. Of course, I didn't say any of that. And by the way, it turned out to be true. The bank was declared insolvent and all the officers ended up in jail. So the second assignment that I had at my new firm was I was assigned to work with a junior partner who had just joined the firm from the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York. She also happened to be the first woman partner ever at this firm, which was more than 100 years old. That was unusual even back then. My first assignment from her involved a matter that turned out to be a major federal criminal tax investigation, of which our client was the principal target. The FBI and the IRS had just executed a search warrant at the client's offices. He owned a commodities brokerage firm on Wall Street. And they seized dozens and dozens of boxes of documents. Now, that was back in the day when you won't see a box of documents probably, but that was back in the day when warehouses would be filled with documents for each case. And I was asked to be part of the team. Of course, I was a junior person, but I joined the team. I had no knowledge for sure, and frankly, not a lot of interest in tax law. But the search warrants were kind of cool. And the fact that it was a federal criminal investigation was really cool. And I actually felt, I don't want to date myself with a Wizard of Oz reference, although I think plenty of people in the audience would get this. But I felt like I was stepping from a world of dull grays into one of vivid color. And I thought to myself, if I can be this excited about a tax case, imagine how exciting other things might be. So the pace of the criminal process, which can seem slow, except when you compare it to almost all other litigation matters, was totally energizing to me. The high stakes, for example, for our client in the tax case, jail, separation from his family, the end of his business, the destruction of his reputation, all of that lit a fire under me. He was a very smart and successful Wall Street professional, but he had no idea what to do under these circumstances. His instincts were totally wrong. He wanted to talk his way out of it, which you'll find that's what clients like to do. Don't let them. And he was terrified. And he was relying on us, his lawyers, to guide him through this very scary and unfamiliar process. Of course, he probably wasn't relying very much on me personally, since I was a second-year associate. But the important thing for me and the important message for you is from those 2 assignments, I had found my passion. And my passion was criminal law. Before long, the partner for whom I've been working, the former assistant U.S. attorney, encouraged me to apply to the U.S. Attorney's Office, which I did. And I got an offer from the Eastern District of New York in Brooklyn, which I immediately accepted. Now, for those of you who have been to Brooklyn recently, Brooklyn was a very different place then than it is today. For example, the New York crime rate was reaching an all-time high, and you are far more likely to find a body on the roof of a building in Brooklyn than a beehive, which is what you would find today. Still, as much as I hate it now, the appeal of the U.S. Attorney's Office to me at that time was not that I had a particular desire to perform public service. I really wanted to learn how to try cases so that I could return to private practice after maybe 5 or so years with a new and valuable skill set. But after being an assistant United States attorney for literally only a couple of weeks, the public service part of the job started to grow on me in a really big way. And it honestly never stopped growing for the rest of my time in government. The chance to be a force for positive change in society, especially at a time when New York City was really in a crisis mode with violent crime, was inspiring and it was energizing. And during the 9 years that I ended up staying in the Eastern District, I moved from section to section. And by the end, I'd handled pretty much every kind of federal criminal case, ranging from international narcotics trafficking, violent organized crime, securities fraud, money laundering, public corruption, etc. Every one of those subject areas during the time when I was working in it was to me the most exciting thing in the world. I had frankly gone from being an entitled and immature summer and junior associate to a fully energized, fully engaged lawyer. And I also really started to view myself in a different way, in a more positive way, because I was contributing and I could see that, and I was making a difference and I could see that. I encourage each of you to look for your passion. And don't be surprised if you find it somewhere unexpected. Some of you, I'm sure, already know what that passion is for you. Others of you may think you know, and others likely have no idea. And that is all just fine. But don't stop looking until you find it. And once you do find it, you owe it to yourself to give it your best. Also, wherever you are in your career, don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to change direction or try something new or different or unfamiliar, whether it's just a slight change or a dramatic change. Grab onto opportunities because they will present themselves. Grab onto them to the extent that you are able. After 9 years in Brooklyn, I really was ready to move on, and the next logical move seemed to be to go back to private practice. But before I can even update my resume, I got a call out of the blue from the newly appointed U.S. Attorney in San Francisco, who you've heard his name. His name was Bob Mueller, and you may have heard of him. He asked me to be part of his leadership team. Now, I had been to San Francisco maybe once or twice, but otherwise I had no ties to the city. But I decided to accept his offer, and I moved to San Francisco. And for the next 3 years, I watched Bob Mueller in action. I watched him lead that office, and I absorbed so much from just watching. I learned about leadership, about management, about how to motivate everyone, even people who are different talents, bring different things to the table, how to motivate everyone to give their best. And I was able to draw on that knowledge, and it was extraordinarily helpful when I moved on to other positions in government, including the head of the Enron task force and the assistant attorney general in charge of the criminal division. I'm not saying that you'll need to move around to be satisfied. That worked for me, but of course, it's not of interest to everyone and it is not an option for everyone. My point, though, is that you should really always try to keep learning and keep growing. And a wonderful thing about our profession is it offers many opportunities to do just that. I want to address one more issue before I wrap up this morning. You are now about to take on a responsibility in addition to that which you will owe your clients, and that is a responsibility to your fellow citizens. On the walls of the Department of Justice headquarters in Washington, D.C., which is a very large, block-long Art Deco building, there are many engraved quotations from many different sources. One quotation which I walked by every day as I entered and left the building was from the English philosopher John Locke. The quote is, quote, "Where law ends, tyranny begins." As Locke said, and this part is not engraved on the wall, without law, there can be no just society. Without society, there can be no security or happiness. Now, lawyers have always been maligned in some quarters, and they no doubt always will be. But Make no mistake, as Locke's quotation suggests, the law and lawyers and judges are the firewall that protects every single one of us in this country. It is imperfect, it has glaring inequities, and at times it has wrong outcomes. But the law is the firewall that stands between us and tyranny. Today, each of you becomes part of that firewall, no matter what your eventual practice may involve. In that role, you are assuming an obligation to do your part to maintain the integrity of our laws and to protect the rights that the Constitution and other laws at least promise to all of us. A big part of that obligation is that we must practice ethically and operate with honesty and integrity with our clients, with our courts, and even with our adversaries. There's, of course, plenty of room for creativity and advocacy, but there can be no room for lies and fabrication. If the legal profession were to lose sight of the need for candor and integrity, if the courts were to become or even be seen as advocates for specific agendas, that firewall would start to crumble and the public rightly start to lose confidence in our system. Having done all the hard work that you've done to earn a degree, you are now in possession of a great gift. You are entering a profession full of choices and opportunities. You will have a freedom that few others have. You will have the freedom to decide how you will achieve fulfillment for yourselves and how you will be of service to others, how you will shape and improve our profession. I hope that every single one of you cherishes that gift and makes the most of it. On that note, again, it has been my great honor and privilege to be here speaking to you today. And Stetson class of 2023, good luck to each of one of you, and don't forget, enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for our very special honorary degree recipient, Leslie Caldwell. Thank you. And now it is time to celebrate our graduates. President Roelke, today we recognize the December 2022 graduates and honor the students who are candidates for the May and August 2023 Juris Doctor degree, the LLM in Advocacy, the LLM in Elder Law, the LLM in International Law, and the Masters of Jurisprudence in Healthcare Compliance. We anticipate that all candidates listed in the graduation program will meet the requirements for their respective degrees. As such, I ask that you prospectively confer their degrees on them. All graduates, please stand. After President Roelke speaks, the graduates' names will be read by Associate Dean for Faculty and Strategic Initiatives, Dean Darrell Wilson, and Associate Dean for Assessment and Professional Engagement, Dean Ann Mullins. And now, President Roelke.
Thank you, Dean Bent. I love this part. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Stetson University, pursuant to the charter granted by the state of Florida, I hereby pronounce you graduates of Stetson University and confer upon you all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Graduates, please come forward as your name is called.
Good morning. It is our pleasure to present to you the Fall 2022 and Spring and Summer 2023 degree candidates. First, we recognize the degree candidates for the Master of Laws in Advocacy, all in absentia. Michelle Catherine Eviston, Mark Eugene Sawicki, and Judith Bernadine Thomas. The fall, let's give it up for those people in absentia. There we go. The fall 2022 graduates for the Master of Laws in Elder Law, all in absentia. Jeffrey Baker, Rebecca Ann Hall, and Natalie G. Oven. Let's give them a hand. The degree candidates for the Master of Laws in Elder Law, again, all in absentia. John P. DeSantis and Abraham Al-Galbut. The degree candidates for the Master of Laws in International Law, all here. Lilia Korj. Gertrude Oyave. Rebecca Shulga. Lena Anastasie Shipler. Next, we have the degree candidate for the Master of Jurisprudence in Healthcare Compliance, Marlene A. Morrison. And now it is our pleasure to present the Fall 2022 Juris Doctor graduates. Zane Charles Hedaya. Kamal D. Jefferson. And we also recognize the following Fall 2022 Juris Doctor graduates, all of whom are in absentia. Michael K. Clayton, Neil Allen Dawson, Destin J. Dawsey, Morgan Ashley Dean, Kimberly Drake, Allison Rose Fontaine, Caleb Greg Haney, Benjamin Israel Lazarus, Andrej Madry, Thomas E. McGuire, Marianne Carolina Mendoza, Devin Alexis Mitchell, Charles C. O'Connor, Jr., Megan Rojon, Kyle Hunter Scher, Season A. Spansky, Gabriella Lizette Torres, Christopher William Ward. Let's give them a hand. And now it is our pleasure to present the Spring and Summer 2023 Juris Doctor degree candidates. With a Certificate of Concentration in Social Justice Advocacy, Ashley Michelle Adams. Douglas Ray Adrian in absentia. Haley Morgan Adrid. Isa Bassam Ali. Connor Mark Alcas, in absentia. Catherine L. Alkire. Daniel J. Amarata. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Michelle Nicole Ammon. John Perito Ammon. With the certificate of concentration in business law, Noah W. Anderson. Brenton Robert Avery. Gabriella Avivi. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her mother, the Honorable Kelly Ayers, a 1994 graduate of the College of Law. Kaylee Ayers. Timothy J. Balo. Natalie Nicole Bain. Receiving the J.D. Grado degree, Alvaro Barquin Pancorbo. Anastasia Butijevska. Robert Bufferi. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her mother, Claudia Blackwell, a 1994 graduate of the College of Law, her father, Kendrick Blackwell, a 1994 graduate of the College of Law, and her grandfather, Worth Blackwell, a 1972 graduate of the College of Law. Tabitha Christine Blackwell. Superfecta.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Matthew P. Blydenberg. With a certificate of concentration in elder law, Mason Andrew Bowe. Raymond O. Boone. With a certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Mariah Danielle Borba. Patrick Murphy Boylan. Ashton Lee Bradley.
Okay. Congratulations.
Lindsay Elena Brewers. Sydney K. Broom. Haley M. Brown. Tyler James Brown. Receiving the JD MBA degree, David Matthew Brunswick. Andrew J. Burns Short. With a certificate of concentration in environmental law, Jonathan W. Burton. Daniel Cabeza. Tomas Cabezas. Caroline Jane Calavan. John A. Campbell. From the honors program, Arissa Irene Canella. Joshua Paxton Carbaugh. Kevin M. Carpinoni. Cecilia Casper. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his father, Brian Caulfield, a 1988 graduate of the College of Law. From the honors program, Sean Patrick Caulfield. Carlos Cedeno III. Megan Elizabeth Charity. Madeline Chemalier. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her mother, Brenda Lynn Zalk, a 2010 graduate of the College of Law.
Congratulations.
Charity Amy Shimoleski. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Jacqueline Harley Christoph. Samuel Joseph Chula. Claudia Grayson Clark. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her father, Harvey Cohen, a 1997 graduate of the College of Law. Madison Alitza Cohen. Francesca Maria Colilli. Jenna L. Conley. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Lauren Kylie Corbett. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Hope Anderson Corbett. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Thomas Richard Corey. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her father, Curtis Kreider, a 1996 graduate of the College of Law, and her grandfather, Ron Kreider, a 1979 graduate of the College of Law.
Congratulations.
Kayla Lynette Kreider.
Thank you.
Kelsey Lee Curran. Amanda Brittany Daminger. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his brother, Jonathan Diamond, a 2016 graduate of the College of Law.
Congratulations.
Receiving the JD MBA degree, CJ Dangler.
Congratulations. Thank you.
With a certificate of concentration in environmental law, Ariel Eve Dashow. Receiving the JD MBA degree, Dylan M. Davis. Eric Joseph Debus. Sierra Marie DiMartino. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Nicholas P. D'Amelio in absentia. Cami DiGiacomo. Receiving the JD MBA degree, Sarah Melissa Denon. Emma M. Dion. Rebecca Lynn Dolowski. Vincent G. Dominguez. Kevin Blake Dotson. Ryan P. Dowd. Receiving the JD MBA degree, Alexis Schuyler Duffy. Tristan Michael Duhan. Louis Duran.
Ariana Echmendia. Christian Stephen Edwards. Nancy Michelle Erickson in absentia. Caroline Michael Evans. Brock T. Exline. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Philip J. Ferris. Ruan Sylvia Farah. Remy E. Farah. Peter Matthew Farrell in absentia. William Maxwell Blades Ferris. With a certificate of concentration in international law, Jessica Fedeskiva Pico. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Dakota Q. Flint. Alexandra N. Flores. Diana Franco. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her father, Albert Franson, a 1997 graduate of the College of Law, Madeline Ann Franson. Daniel A. Freyer. Rachel May Bryant. Lena Rose Fucilli. Arthur H. Fugate. From the Honors Program, Robert Thomas Furman. Michael A. Gabriel. Justice A. Galaris. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his cousin, Ashley Galveo, a 2016 graduate of the College of Law. Brandon Hilario Galveo. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her mother, Esther Lynn Gibbons, a 1994 graduate of the College of Law, and her sister, Caitlin Mara Gibbons, 2017 graduate of the College of Law. With her certificate of concentration in elder law, Dulaney Rose Gibbons. Evan Christopher Gilliam. Nikita Valerievich Goldenberg. Jillian Miranda Goldman. Zoya Olivia Sky Galoob in abstention. Next, with a certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy and the honors program, Hillary Barbara Gramling. With a certificate of concentration in advocacy, we have Savannah Taylor Green. Kayla Nicole Gray. Travis Austin Grover. Matthew Thomas Wynn. Justin Anthony Gutierrez. Anne Marie Hankins. Madison Maylene Hanna. From the honors program, Allison N. Harris. Caitlin Brianna Harrison. With the JD MBA degree, Mia Marlene Hartley. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his brother, Travis Hearn, a 2019 graduate of the College of Law. Cannon Lee Hearn.
Congratulations.
The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her husband, Corey Lee Henson, a 2009 graduate of the College of Law. Maya Elizabeth Henson. Mario A. Hernandez Lugo. Aiden R. Hickey. With her certificate of concentration in elder law, Erin Marie Hinsberg. With her certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy and the honors program, Megan Daniel Holmes. Melissa Laura Howell. With her certificate of concentration in environmental law, Kimberly Ann Hutchinson. Skylar Gray Jackal. With her certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Logan Christian Jackson. Molly Louise Jacobs. With her certificate of concentration in advocacy, Kirsten Sage Jennings. With her certificate of concentration in international law, Taylor Daniel Johansson. With her certificate of concentration in business law, Donald A. Johnson. Lillian H. Johnson. Austin Taylor Kahn. Neil Carlaria in absentia. Jacob Harley Kaufman. With her certificate of concentration in business law, Charles Henry Keene. Haley Lorraine Kenyon. Waleed N. Kawaja. With her certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Harley Marie Kennard. Receiving the JD MBA, Aviana Klein. From the honors program, Hannah Lynn Klanowski. Bekir Konakovic. Irene P. Court. Emily Kraut. With her certificate of concentration in business law, Bradley Christopher Katsumita.
Benjamin Charles Morris Lang. With a certificate of concentration in advocacy, Nicholas Richard Larkins. Sasha L. Ledney. With a certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Alexandra Marie Lee. Taylor Lee. Emily Kathleen Lehman. With a certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Francesca Alois Little. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his cousin, Justin Lopez, a 2018 graduate of the College of Law, and his cousin, Joey Lopez, a 2013 graduate of the College of Law. Dennis Emmanuel Lopez. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her cousin, Krista Lopez, a 2012 graduate of the College of Law, and her cousin, Kevin Maloney, a 2012 graduate of the College of Law. Nicole Alicia Lopez. Kaylee Samantha Lopez Torralba. Dale Elizabeth Lauer. Jesus Lozano. Gregory Austin Lupiani. Zachary D. Lynch. Melissa McNichol. Jace C. Madsen. Mario Magid Macrum. With a certificate of concentration in environmental law, Iman Lynn Mamdou. Christopher A. Mannon. Pamela Ellen Marsh. Danielle Nicole Mason. Way to go. Haley Elizabeth Joy Matson. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Jack Michael Matson. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Jason Lee McCosby in absentia. Sarah Leah McDaniel. Chase P. Mead. Anna Elisa Meese. Amanda Marisol Mercado. Jeffrey P. Meredith. James G. Messliner. Hannah Minogue. Cameron R. Modine. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Sabine Elizabeth Montas. Hunter Moreland. Wait. Jake Morgan. Matthew J. Morin. Jack Edward Morris in absentia. With a certificate of concentration in elder law, Lisa Vanessa Mueller. Kasia D. Murphy. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his father, Victor Musley, a 1993 graduate of the College of Law, and his mother, Kelly Musley, a 1994 graduate of the College of Law. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Victor Joseph Musley III. Marlene Rose Myers. With a certificate of concentration in environmental law, Selena M. Nato. Brandon No. Aaron Kelly Odom. Janice Olkowitz. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his father, Michael A. Ossie, a 1984 graduate of the College of Law.
Congratulations. What a nice opportunity.
Michael Thomas Ossie.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Maggie M. Palmer. Sebastian Thor Pankowitz. With a certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Morgan Lee Patipa.
Congratulations on what you achieved. Congratulations.
Way to go, Morgan. Grace Ann Paul. Shelley S. Perry. Taylor Morgan Petrie. Jacqueline Annette Phillips in absentia. Amanda Piccinini. Danielle Elise Pfeiffer. Guillermo Pinto Govaya. Reese Mackenzie Pollock. Riley Bird Portman. Zachary Nathaniel Portnoy. Daniel Sebastian Posada.
¡Viva Cuba Libre!
With the JD MBA degree and a certificate of concentration in business law, Quentin D. Podorowski. With a certificate of concentration in business law, Kamei Grace Pratt.
Blake Alexandra Radford. Cal Robolt. Receiving the JD MBA, Lauren Elizabeth Ravazoli. Receiving the Certificate of Concentration in Elder Law, Thomas Michael Ray. Reese Antoinette Reed. Natalie B. Reese. Rachel H. Ricks. With her Certificate of Concentration in Social Justice Advocacy, Kyle Maxwell Ridgway. Natalia Alejandra Rivera. Taylor Jesse Roberts. Cami Rodriguez. Deanna Rodriguez. Melissa Marie Rodriguez. Receiving the JD MBA, Sydney McKay Sackman. Cameron Robert Sadiji. Evan Sagar. Nicholas M. Sanders. Maria Elizabeth Santos. Keanu Leo Shep. John Michael Richard Scott.
Thank you kindly.
Benjamin Curtis Sexton. Manija Siddiqui. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by his mother, Patricia Sigmund, a 1992 graduate of the College of Law.
Congratulations. What a nice family moment.
Benjamin Max Sigmund. Ian Maxwell Simon. Taylor Rachel Simons. Alana V. Smith. With a certificate of concentration in advocacy, Steven Smith. Receiving the J.D. Grotto, Leia Christensen Bueno Sobchak. From the honors program, Sarah Elizabeth Spears. Madison Brianna Stacy. Jessica Ashley Stacy Staley. Victoria Mary Ann Statuto. Wyatt D. Stevens. The certificate of concentration in business law, Charles N. Stickler. Samantha Leah Stribling. Leandra Danae Strobridge. Caitlin C. Sullivan. Emily Jane Thompson. From the honors program, Madeline Faith Thompson. Almarosa Carolina Torres O'Connor. Alessandro Tresh. Maria Teresa Troncoso Escobar. Kelly I. June. Matthew R. Urban. Vincent E. Valente. With her certificate of concentration in business law, Courtney M. Valtman. Emily Marie Varley. Elliot Christopher Veith. Ralph Vickers. Madeline J. Voigt. Vortej Singh Walla in absentia. Kerrigan N. Walker Alicia. Alyssa Ann Ward. Andrea M. Waters. With her certificate of concentration in social justice advocacy, Pamela Martin Watt. With her certificate of concentration in advocacy, Jason Lee Webb. The diploma for our next graduate will be presented by her grandfather, Joel Weissman, a 1976 graduate of the College of Law. Rebecca Morgan Weissman.
Congratulations. How cool is that? That's awesome. Thank you. Well done. Thank you.
Robert Kenneth Whalen. Grant Christopher Williamson. Rosanna M. Wright in absentia with her certificate of concentration in environmental law. Angela Hsu. Benjamin Michael Young. Emily Louise Young. Christopher K. Yozgat Lolu. Constantina Elena Zachariakis in absentia with her certificate of concentration in business law, Dustin Taylor Zimmerman. Please join us in congratulating all of our graduates.
Amazing. These students have developed from first-year law students to seasoned legal minds and soon-to-be attorneys. They represent our greatest achievement and promise for a bright future. Since the founding of the College of Law in 1900, Stetson University has developed lawyers and leaders who are committed to the rule of law, transform society, lead with empathy, and represent the values of your law school, your university, and our profession. Graduates, congratulations. We believe strongly that you are the next generation with those skills and values. Graduates, our most recent alumni, at this point, class of 2022 and 2023, will you please stand? In recognition of the skills that you have gained and in celebration of the achievement of your degree, please turn your tassel from the right to the left of your tam. Well done. Please be seated. We are proud to call you graduates, to call you alumni of the Stetson University College of Law. Families, supporters, and friends, you were there when our students needed you most, but the task is not done. Please continue to support them over the next 3 months as they study and prepare to take the bar exam. We thank you for being part of the village who support our graduate success. As we conclude today's ceremony, I ask that you stand for the recessional and remain at your seat until all faculty and all graduates have exited the courtyard. Guests, you can meet your graduates in the turnabout on the other side of that building. On behalf of President Rolke, Dean Radwin, our faculty, our professional staff, it has been our honor to be the part of your lives over the past several years. We are so excited to see what great things you will do with your Stetson education. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you, everyone, and be safe.